Hello and welcome for the final time for the Love Live Nijigasaki anime review, this being episode 13. I'm Callan.
And I'm Honey Panda Bunny.
So here we are, the last episode.
Yeah, I know, it is sad.
It's very sad.
Feels like something that's followed us along this year that's been quite a treacherous one, and it's something that's helped us both to get through this year, I feel.
It's been really fun. I've enjoyed covering the anime, and it is sad to see it end here, but what a way to go out.
I know, yeah, I loved this episode. It felt like a celebration of everything, and it did feel like a nice end to everything.
This was the nice little bow at the end to wrap up the story of the season. In my opinion, there's not a lot to analyse in this last episode, but it was one definitely for you to just sit back and enjoy. This episode was filled with little tiny references, Easter eggs, nice callbacks to earlier parts of the series. I will just get out this one little bit of criticism before I go back to gushing about the series, is that I did think that there was an abundance of still images that was noticeable, but I am willing to let it slide. And this didn't feel as grandiose compared to some of the other Love Live finales, even with the School Idol Festival, but in my opinion it didn't have to be. A more laid back ending, a last hurrah with these girls before the end, I think was a really good way to go out.
Yeah, I loved this final episode, and it was a good end to the series for me. It allowed it to celebrate this growth and accomplishments that all of the characters within it have gone through, and we get to see that growth throughout, where everyone at the end has come together in some form of way that they've interacted to, and have created this final parade that almost we're also a part of too. It was a really nice end to it all.
Yes, when they speak to, at the end, it's not just to you as in the character, but it's us behind her, the people that she's representing. Anyway, at the beginning of the episode, Yu tells the rest of the club of what she already told Ayumu, which is that she wants to join the music course. Of course, the girls are very happy, pledging their support to help her in any way they can, and then they commit to making the festival a great show.
Yeah, it was really nice to see them all cheer on Yu, and having been helped by Yu, them returning that favour via helping her too. It really makes their relationships with Yu feel solid, and it also just indents that we're also a big part of these girls' lives as well, if you think about it.
And this will come full circle at the end during the song as well. So the girls all switch into their idol outfits, and I do like this little bit of Kasumi mentioning that her bangs look a little weird to Shizuku, because that will come up later, and obviously it's very cute. So the School Idol Festival begins. Ayumu is singing Dream With You, but she's in her Awakening Promise outfit, which was a little bit weird, but I still really like the imagery. You have the flowers, you have the little girls that are they see Ayumu as this cool big sister type, and we also see that they're selling merchandise of themselves. And I would say that this is the only time in the Love Live universe that this actually makes sense, that this merchandise is being sold by the people.
I actually really liked the scene just before this, where there's a book that Ayumu hands to Setsuna, and it was really nice to see that they've actually got a closer relationships from that last episode. So it really feels that's grown too, but it was also just super cute to be able to see a portion of Asuna get on at this point, which also comes into fold later on as well.
And I will say that's something that's really strong in this episode, is we do get these little moments between characters, and it's just a really nice little bit of characterization. And if we do get a season 2, of course I'm hoping for a season 2, I would definitely like to see more of this.
I loved seeing all their stages like you mentioned, but I think my favourite was definitely Ai's. Potentially, I mean, I want to say it's my favourite because she is my favourite, but her like peddling her restaurant was hilarious to me.
Her monja.
Yeah, which I thought was like really hilarious. She's just celebrating her store almost like an advertisement, which is perfect for Ai.
So I thought the girl that was approaching was going to be Masato, her big sister from the game, but it appears to be that she was just a generic. But the monja yaki looked really tasty, and I did like seeing that the work outfit that's from the game was the uniform for her fan club. And it's something that, again, if we do get a season 2, I would really love to see this expanded. I would love to see Ai's actual restaurant, maybe even see her working there if she ever got another episode.
But we go into Kanata's stage next, which I wanted to mention because I actually cried laughing the first time that I saw this one. I literally could not stop laughing the first time when she's just like, oh, and now we go to sleep. And then all of these people on these like bed sofas just also go to sleep.
I didn't mention it in our previous review, but when she's planning with her fan club, and then the fan club are just watching Kanata sleep.
And it was like that, and now we've got it in this episode. It was super funny, and I think it was something that was like so wholesome. And then the bit with Haruka where she's like, is this allowed? And then Kanata's just like, oh, it's a festival, it's fine.
Sticks her tongue out. It's very cute. And then we come to one of my favourite stages, which is Rina challenging her fans to a one-on-one beat 'em up. We get Aran, the robot cat. It's digital, but it is something that I called in my video. Also more Sasuke. And the little mouse that's on top of Sasuke is actually Kasumi Jr., which is something that she uses to prank in the Four Comas. So that was really cute. But then as soon as we get introduced to R.I.P. Sasuke and Kasumi Jr. and Rina has no chill in destroying her opponents.
It was great. It felt like watching like a league championship or something. Like actually going to like a convention. When you go to a convention, there's usually like all different kind of events that are going on, and gaming places are something that's always there. So it felt really good to be able to be, oh yeah, this literally does feel like a festival or like a convention. It feels perfect.
Rina confirmed very competitive. So then we see that Karen is doing a photo shoot, and then Emma photobombs and reveals that she's adopted a ton of kids for them.
I can't believe that Emma's stolen a bunch of children, some random children, just to have on her stage. But yeah, it was really cute that we got that scene with obviously Emma on the stage, putting her siblings together, but it being like random children that she can inspire, which we also saw with Ayumu at the beginning. Some children got inspired by Ayumu too.
Yes.
So we're seeing like a generations of growth for school idols.
Nijigasaki just draws children.
Yes, and then we get Karen that goes to some girls and goes like, oh, you've already started your journey to becoming school idols.
Well, that's a really nice bit of character development from her episode, is because a big part of that is her encouraging two girls who are unsure about becoming a school idol, because she also went through something very similar. And also we get a little bit of her being lost, but then some of the girls will help her out. And then we come to probably my favourite stage, which is the Tokusatsu Sendai show with Kasumi, Shizuku and Setsuna, which was absolutely amazing. I loved it. Kasumi Box takes on its Dynamax form, the super large version created by her and her fan club, and she embraces her inner villain. I love the eye patch and the wings. I thought the outfit was actually adorable, and she gets some really great face reactions in it. Shizuku goes full Chuni, even gets her own attack. Looks like Setsuna has been rubbing off on her. I would have liked Setsuna to have gotten her own outfit, because I think that would have really fit her.
But yeah, it's so funny. Like, it felt like a Sunday theme park act at like a Japanese theme park. It made me laugh, and I had a good chuckle at it. Shizuku was super cute in this scene. It felt like a mix of Power Ranger, Magical Girl mixed together. It was great. It was like watching a Precure episode or something.
I really like it when Shizuku like demonstrates this super. She's really into stuff. I think it adds a lot to her character when it's like she gets really like passionate and worked up, not just about acting, but like anything that she sinks her teeth into. She's like super like into it, and I really love that.
I like joked about it in passing, but when she was playing the game with Rina in the sleepover episode in the school, the training one, and she was playing that game, I like to imagine that she was playing one of those beat 'em up RPG games, psyching herself up for this final act.
And again, as you mentioned, interaction, we get a cute Setsuna and Shizuku interaction after they save the day from the evil Kasumi.
And it felt like Asuna has fully come together and formed now.
So we see that Yu is helping out. She's giving pamphlets to the girls that are wondering about the festival. She wants more people to see the girls perform since they work so hard for the festival. Also, if this works out, she feels that it will help encourage her with her dreams. So I do like that plays into her development, which will lead into the end as well. And we see that Ayumu is, in a way, she sees Yu's hard work, and this it motivates her even more to also put her step forward. And then we see Yu run off because there's an issue with sound on Ai's stage.
But I like the Ai and Rina scene that we got here. So obviously Ai is struggling with her setup of audio, and Rina manages to fix it for her by turning it off and on again, as one always does when something goes wrong. But we get Rina being, oh, this feels like the first time I've genuinely been able to help you. And Ai goes like, oh, what are you saying? Because I never needed Rina to help her with anything, because she just liked Rina being there. And this perfectly encompasses their relationship here, I feel like.
So after that, we get that Shizuku gives Kasumi her iconic hair clip for helping her with the drama festival, which is a nice callback to that episode and shows that
their relationship's grown.
Yes, exactly. It's a nice bit of follow-up to that episode, and we also see that in the previous episode, when Shizuku was in that shop, she was actually shopping for Kasumi. And I had at first wondered, when I saw Kasumi in the anime, whether she was going to get her hair clipped, but I mostly left it out of mind. It wasn't something that... I didn't think it would get resolved or not, but I was really happy to see its appearance.
Yeah. When we see this Shizuku Kasumi scene, it actually did make me tear up the first time I saw it. The idea of them getting closer and deciding to support each other so earnestly, it was just so cute to me. And I like that these girls have support teams within this giant group of support also.
So after all their performances, we see that it starts to rain, which means that the performances get put on hold. And it's a little bit of conflict that they introduced in this episode. I don't necessarily think this was needed because it gets resolved very quickly, but at the same time, it's not a big deal. It's more something that resets everything for the big emotional scene that's coming at the end. After the rain has stopped, they're worried that they can't perform, but Ayumu mentions to Yu that we still have something to say, and then they get the phone call saying that the vice president had managed to sort it all out. There's fans that are still waiting at all the stages for their performances, and I will say that the vice president, she really is the MVP. She's the one that's in the background giving all the assistance, which I really liked. We come to them on the stage, they're all in their outfits again. They all say their bits before the performance, that they're grateful for the festival and that they're thankful, and in a way they are talking directly to you, but they're also talking to the audience behind you who she is representing, which is us.
So when we see them one by one open up their hearts to their fans and you, it really felt the most of being an idol on stage that Love Live ever has, in my opinion. This feels like it embraces a lot of the areas of idols, the MCing, the extra performances and the actual singing. All of this episode is built up to this final performance, and it's like this excitement that I couldn't help myself but be excited for. It really did feel like a final performance of a concert, and I've never had that growth throughout the episode that I've ever felt for a Love Live before. So whereas it might not have felt like so grandiose, but it did feel like the whole series did feel, this final episode really did feel like a whole festival all in one, and I felt like I was actually there.
And then they start this song, Yume ga koko kara hajimaru yo, our dreams start here. I really like the song. It's a song that each time I listen to it, I think I like a little bit more. I love the beat, I love the girls playing off it, it's really good. I don't have a lot to say about it because I just think it's very solid, but I really like the dance choreography. Maybe because we didn't get a lot of group dancing because of the focus on solo performances, but here it was really refreshing. I really liked that they incorporated their bits of individual choreography from each of their episodes into this group one. I thought that was a really nice combination. I thought the stage was really cool. It felt like the most Love Live in appearance that we've had. It gave me echoes to Mew's era and Aqua's era, and I could just see them performing on the stage. So to see the Nijigasaki girls perform on a similar one, I thought was them essentially stepping into the spotlight that they are part of this franchise, truly.
So this song felt very bright and happy, which was perfect, obviously, for the finale. Everyone has finally come to accept themselves and come together and work hard together, so it made sense. It also felt like the most song where the fans could get in with it, with the la 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 at the beginning, everyone waving their hands. It really did feel like a connection between the audience and the idols in this one, and it just felt like such a celebration, and it was like a genuine thanks was coming from all of them. I liked how harmonious it was, but the visuals were something that I thought was really interesting here. Like you mentioned, they all do parts of their own dance in it. It was nice being able to see these outfits together, all interacting with one another, though I would have liked them to wear just their Sif outfits as well, kind of reminiscing from the first Muse where they're wearing the Start Dash school, just their school uniforms.
I think with them incorporating their dance choreography from those individual episodes, I can understand why it makes sense why they would be in those outfits as a show of the overall of the series.
It was nice seeing some references to some pairings, the subunits, some Seiyu time, as well as being able to see all the other characters that have grown throughout the series as well.
I will say that as I earlier criticised this episode for having an abundance of stills, I actually really did like this bit at the end where it's showing off pretty much every character from the anime, even the incredibly minor ones. Some highlights for me were the Vice President and Honpen. They were really cute. It was really nice to see them together. We got to see all of the Shinomene and Toro girls. Gecko girl is the best.
I know, she's my best girl. I love Gecko. We finally got her.
Another favourite of mine being the Kasumi girls, where on all their t-shirts they have her name spelt out in hiragana, but they're also doing the Love Kasumin from Diamond, which I really love. We even get the Noodle girls from the first episode of here. We get the girls by the years, and overall I just think it's a perfect end song for the series. It's a reward not just for them but for us as well. So we come to after the School Idol Festival. The girls receive lots of love from the festival, from fans, people wanting to take part in the next one, even letters from all over the world. I like to think that this is a reference to the fan base outside of Japan, i.e. us. Kanata suggests that they do another one, and Setsuna says it should be bigger than what they had before so that they can have more people to have fun with, and that Ayumu at the end is happy that she decided to become a school idol.
Yeah, we also see Yu here finally strive for her dreams, and I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw those legs in front of the door, I was like, oh my gosh, it's Shirio Riko, but we zoom up and it was Yu all along going for her entrance exam. It was still really interesting and nice that we finally get to see Yu going and achieving her dreams from this point on. We start the season with Ayumu going, but now we end it with Yu going on her own journey too. So I thought it was like a really nice end to it as well for Yu. I also really liked that if they did decide to do a second season, they have something already to work towards, this new festival, and we might even get to see Yu be characterised more by her going through her dream of music, which I would be really interested in seeing.
So I don't want to say too much for the overall series, as we actually do plan to have a video that's going to cover our overall thoughts of the anime. But I will say that I absolutely love this anime. I already love these girls, but thanks to this anime I now love them even more. And there were a few bumps along the road, but like you said at the very end of this episode, not everything will go your way, but you still push on, which I think is a nice message. And our covering of Nijigasaki anime ends here, for now. But our journey with Love Live will continue ever onwards. We'll continue to cover them as long as they continue to produce music. We will keep to do our song rankings and hopefully a season 2. Hey, even in the next year we have Leila's first song for the next.
Yes. I really didn't want this series to end. I loved it so much. A part of me is going to feel really empty at the end of every week because it was something that I genuinely look forward to, and I loved seeing the girls shine in this series. It was a little glimmer of hope every week that I got to enjoy for just half an hour. I can only hope that these girls get some more time to shine if we get a season 2. Can't guarantee it'll happen, but hopefully. And I'm coming towards the end of this appreciating these girls even more than before I went into it. We got to see all this work that went into giving them life and the universe that they exist in life, and it really did feel really lived in, and it was something that I felt that I lived in for just that little moment in the week, and it was really, really nice. And I hope that we can continue to going back to that, but even if not, there's many more worlds to explore, like Layla or the game universe in Sif. So I'm really appreciative for everything this anime gave, but I'm also looking forward to what's coming out in the future.
Yes, whatever comes next, we are eagerly anticipating. So thank you very much for anyone who's listened to our reviews over the course of these weeks, anyone that's subscribed, anyone that's commented. We are always super happy with anyone that wants to engage with us, anyone that wants to talk with us. We're always happy. From the bottom of my heart, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I'm glad that we could make a family here and grow together along with the series. It feels really nice being able to connect with fans around the world and with you guys, and being able to talk and having opinions and being able to have our minds changed, but also thinking about what other people's perspectives are. So from the bottom of my heart too, I really am thankful, and thank you so much for listening.
Until next time.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.